All right, hello everyone. This is welcome to all the new subscribers. I've gone up to almost 500. I think I'm at 468. So quite a bit of subscribers have joined on, and I welcome you to the channel. This is my setup for a painting I'm going to be working on. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about it. I won't be painting in this video, but I will be getting to that very quickly as it's already set up as far as what I'm showing you. That's the photo I took. You know, it's going to probably have a sunset down in here. A very soft sunset. I might play around with that a little bit. But anyway, drawing is on clayboard, and that's a scrap piece. You can see the rough edges here, and you can see I got to file that a little bit, but you don't waste any of it. That comes off of a larger piece. So if you look here, you see the drawing is onto the board. Let's see. Try to hold the camera. I'm holding the camera by hand right now, and it's giving me a little problem here. So okay. Sorry about that. This is the drawing, and it's the same size, obviously, that is on here. And I used graphite paper on this side. It has like a graphite, and I transferred it down like carbon paper. You know, you just put it underneath your drawing, and you pin it down, and you just draw over your drawing onto the clayboard. Okay? So let's just talk a little bit about clayboard. I love clayboard. It's a very smooth surface. It receives the airbrush really well, and I just like it. It's on masonite, which you can see there. It's very. And these are 3 pieces, 3 5x7s, and it's just very sturdy. And I've been using it for a while now. And so, anyway, it's made by Ampersand. Okay. Createx illustration colors are being used for all my paintings, all my fine art, and they're transparent. Now, there's a lot of, like the sky will be, most of this will be opaques, and I'll use the transparents with whites, and once you put the white in it and start mixing with different colors, you'll start to get a very opaque color, which I want so that I can have a very good covering as opposed to a blotchy covering from transparents alone. Transparents and opaques are great. You can use them, you know, as you see fit as far as when to use it. And I'll be using some transparents inside the lighting, just to tint over things, but the main base covering paint will be opaque mixtures. Again, I'm gonna probably, this is a painting I've done before. This is a sunset painting with the evergreen tree kind of being in focus and the sunset blurry. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'm probably going to change this sunset, which really isn't much of a sunset, and just add a softer version of what I just showed you. Play around with it. I don't want to take away from the sunset that's going inside that lovely lamp there. All right, but I'll play around with it. If I put it in and I don't like it, I'll show you how I can take it out and go back to a more pinkish, pale gray color. Okay, so again, that's the solo cups. You'll see as I paint how I use those to mix. I'll be using the Micron. It's a side bottle. They call it the Custom Micron SB. There's the MAC valve. You can see I can regulate my air right at my fingertips. That's the Drew Blair. Let me see, it's going out of focus. That's the lowrider trigger. So this trigger is not as high up as the shaft on the regular triggers. So when you use it, you can throw paint by just using the middle joint, that joint there, first joint, not the middle joint. And then just do a rocking motion, and you use less tension, less fatigue on the actual finger. I'm still learning how to use it that way, because traditionally I've airbrushed this way, and I still do for certain things. Like my other airbrushes obviously don't have this trigger, and my t-shirt guns, they have the higher trigger. But for now, I'm practicing, what I invested in, and I really do love it when you get in close. This is a small painting, and it starts to become like micro airbrushing, where you start working in very tight areas. I will be using Frisket for the covering of the lamp, and that's about it. The trees are going to be freehand. You don't want to use Frisket around anything that is not a hard edge. The clouds, it's all freehand. The trees, all of that. The inside of the lamp, it's all got to be soft. You got to pay attention to your edges. Okay, so this is just a little setup of how I'm going about starting this. Let's see, I dropped this picture that I'm going to start next. So let me just, again, sorry for the way the camera is, but I just wanted to show you quickly something. This is my next painting. This little guy was in our backyard, and we have the out of focus background. We have the depth of field. He's sharp in vision, shallow depth of field. You've got out of focus grass. You've got focus grass in the middle, and everything behind that is out of focus. That makes for a very beautiful painting and photograph. Again, I take my own pictures, and I love photography for my art. I don't, I'm not a professional photographer in the sense of running around, trying to make a living with that. These are so I can paint from what I love to see out there in nature, or whether it's a sunset or the hawk I painted before. That was a painting. The original photograph was by Donna McKnight, and I'm still working on the hawk a little bit off camera. It is tedious, but the hawk painting, the photograph was taken by Donna McKnight. What a photographer she is. And you can see that on my other videos below this one. All right, so just a short introductory. You can see I use this for overspray. This has been wonderful, because at my studio, at my son's studio, where I have my ventilation desk, which is a downdraft system, holds 6 students, and it's excellent for t-shirts, or I have fans built in it and everything. My fan here is in the window, and it's a little bit far away from my artwork, so I've got to rig it up a little bit better. But this tool here, this Iwata pot for, I don't know what it's called, but I always say that it's an Iwata overspray pot, and it unscrews here, and you've got filters in there, and when you spray in between colors, it virtually nothing comes out and goes in your face. That's very important. I've been airbrushing since '83, and I've been trained since '94, meaning schooling, a lot of self-taught stuff up until the '94 classes, which started with Drew Blair, Terry Hill, and everyone at Airstorm '94 down in Georgia. Mind-blowing experience. And as I say, I'm a teacher, I'm doing YouTube videos, but if you can get yourself into a real class, meaning where you can have corrections and be in the classroom with the teacher, that's the best way of learning. This is another great way to learn. But anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking with it, okay? But anyway, the mat back here is an art tool mat. It's the whole desk, and when I take my X-Acto knife, I can cut out stencils on here. Art tool cutting mats are the best. You can get some of them in the local stores, art stores, that they just are very stiff and hard, and they really wear out the blade. This is soft, almost like you're going into feels like a very soft rubber, and it feels like it doesn't do anything to the blade, and it's just excellent for cutting on. So my desk is built that way to have everything convenient, and you'll see how I go about doing this. I'll be getting to it. I might start it today, which is Sunday. I think it's the 29th. All right, so look for this, the beginning of the painting. This is not going to take long. That's why I chose to do this, because the hawk painting was a ridiculous amount of time because of different things that went on in my life, personal life. But I need to get you guys some videos, so let's get started. All of you beginners, I will demonstrate a little bit of freehand control of how to do the dagger stroke and the feather stroke on the side and get you up and running. So look for this video very soon, as far as the one that's coming up with the actual painting. And thanks for looking. Don't forget to subscribe to all and share the videos to those that like this. If you have friends or just want to share it on your wall on Facebook, let other artists know that I'm out here and I'm doing this right now. And it's a way to jumpstart yourself. Okay, take care. God bless you guys, and I'll see you on step 2 of this lovely little lantern painting. Okay, take care. Bye.